So I want to talk to Mike, but I think now with the news about the seaside thing happening, I don't know if that's still even an option. But I'll hear him out and see where his head's at. I know that Vidal still is thinking about growing. Maynard, I think, wants to start growing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like I don't know what your
Yeah.
plan is. I know I spoke to you last time, and you're talking about like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much slowing down, whatever.
Have you
Nah.
spoken to Ming?
Yeah. About what?
Okay, because Jack wants to grow, and I think Ming is trying to tap in. And we were looking at it. We're literally about to buy a warehouse on Grapeseed, but it's too small for what we were trying to do. So I think we're waiting for like a good property to come up for sale, and then we're gonna look into that stuff. And then that's gonna be our personal cash, right? So that'll be like an all separate grow house. And I think it's also something to do with Ming wanting to help out with the moonshine stuff for Kevin. I don't know what the fuck, but I don't know nothing about that.
Let me call you right back.
But we'll see. So yeah, I guess they both want to help out.
But what's gonna happen with your house? Like, are you still gonna have a growing operation there?
Yeah, I'm still using it. I'm just growing day now, and like before, I just do 4K a day, and then 6 if I'm really heavy around. But I still want us to find people that we can buy weed from. So if there's a day where I don't feel like growing, or something happens where I can't, the next day isn't fucked because I didn't grow.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, because I was about
that
to say
pressure kind of made me like burn out. I feel like
the last few days, we have zero weed. You know what I mean? Like there's no weed coming.
I grew once a day for the last 3 days. The first 2,000, I helped out with Jack, so he could get something with he needed weed for that stuff. I gave that to Jack, and then the last 2 days is what you have now. And then today I'll do 2 grows, so tomorrow you have another 4K. And that'll be consistent, and then sometimes you get 6, sometimes you get 4. And then I guess once Ming, Jack, and I figure out that whole plan, whatever Ming's cooking, we'll have another, big load of weed coming in if we actually get it going. But right now it's still all planning phase, so don't rely on that, but just something to talk to Ming about, But we'll see. Essentially, the idea was that they want to buy properties, grow weed out of it, and then eventually,
when was this talked about though? Because we spoke to Ming, I think, yesterday, and he didn't mention any of this. And Jack was there too. Yeah,
I think it's still like we're still talking about it, and it's more of a personal thing, not like a gang thing. So I don't think he wants to like open up that whole box of shit until it's like.
Oh, it's not a gang thing if you're growing weed though.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Because he wants to buy with personal money. I think this is the plan, and he wants the money that it makes. He wants to reinvest into more properties.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just
we're
still figuring it out. It will just be like how I'm doing it to you. It'll be like essentially.
What Julian's saying, like the difference that he makes in between, he's gonna use to stack up his own capital so that he can buy more properties. Like that's his plan.
It's just using personal funds and then reinvesting it into something that makes money passively, and then expanding on that with whatever income it makes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. I don't think it's selfish. It makes sense. It makes the gang money and it makes him money. So
yeah, because you still get wheat. You get more wheat that way. The same way as I'm giving you wheat every day now. It'll just be more,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really a win-win, to be honest.
This way, the gang has no sort of like worry about it either, because it's separate. It's not like there's no gang funds being used to this and that, besides just buying the weed.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, but I'll leave it up to Ming to really explain it all properly or what he has in mind, because it's still, like I said, it's early stage,
So
also waiting for a property to show up.
Yeah, I want to check with you, right? Because like, I mean, obviously you spoke last time, and you were kind of like, didn't really want to grow weed as much.
Yeah.
But so what's your plan?
Pressure it, I think I'm just gonna grow whenever I kind of want to, and.
But he said what his plan was. Are you listening?
Yeah, okay. So let me ask. Are you down to like have people in the crew help you out, like Idiot, for example, help you grow weed? Like whenever you're not around.
In the current house that I'm growing in?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That house is shared, right? And it's a little hard to, get that going because it's not just my house. Which is also one of the reasons why I wanted to buy more properties. So we can do stuff like that, like involve Vidal, involve Maynard, not have to worry about that.
Okay, the reason we're asking is because, like, I kind of assumed this was the situation, but we're just asking to make sure that wasn't an option, because then, I mean, we were thinking about using gang funds to acquire another property that we can grow from. But we need to talk to Ming then and see what's good, because if he's going to do with private money, then we don't have to fund it. So
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you can still do that, and I don't mind helping out getting the.
and it's kind of
Pineapple
pointless
Express.
if like a warehouse is being bought for this sole purpose. Then we're gonna have too much, I think. Well, the reason I think it's probably not an ideal thing to do is because we need gang fund for other shit as well. So like
Yeah,
ideally we don't spend money. So
yeah, I mean that's for you guys to kind of figure out what your priorities are and what you want to do, right?
So right now, if as long as you grow, as long as you're consistent,
yeah,
we can get around. So you go for around 4,000 a day, and then the other grower that we have goes around 3,000 a day. It's around 7,000 bags a day. It's not terrible. It's not a lot, right? It's not a lot, but if we can grow 7,000 bags a day, like at least the sellers have fucking weed to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because right now,
Yeah,
it has been so dry for the last few days without no weed. Absolutely no weed.
Yeah, I mean, I was also told that Sly, I think, has like 10 motherfuckers coming in to help him push, and that kind of motivated me more to sort of help grow.
I made a deal with him. I don't know if you know about that deal, but yeah, he's gonna have like 10 people coming to our block.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, I don't want my own like distaste to growing in the moment ruin everyone else's fun and progression, you know. So I'll suck it up and keep growing. I still want us to have.
No, but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
if you don't enjoy it, then we need to find alternatives.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, if you don't want to grow weed, if they don't want to grow weed, it's fine. We just gotta work around it, you know, find something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to have a day where like, let's say I want to sleep in or not show up, and I feel bad for fucking over everybody else the next day.
Yeah,
there's
so
no weed.
Yeah, I mean
going,
that's so we'll work on making sure that isn't the case. So
yeah.
But yeah, like Ford said, like with our other grower now, like maybe it's gonna definitely alleviate a bit, and then we'll see what Ming and Jack and Maynard wants to do.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever happens. Either the gang buys a house or Ming, Jack, and I buy a house. I don't know. That's for you guys to figure out. But I'm always down to still help. And I do know how the science works and all the bullshit. And you know, I don't mind helping out getting things established. And you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Just let me know whatever you guys end up doing. But I do think the Ming stuff is.
I mean, Ming's idea would fix things in the long run, right? Yeah. But for now, it's like, you know, probably rely on it. It's gonna take like a week or two for that to happen.
Yeah, it's also kind of dependent on what we do, right? Because his initial plan, I think, was to combine the moonshine with the weed, but Kevin wants to have a lot of people have keys to the moonshine up, which I didn't really like, because it'll then kind of risk the whole weed thing that we're doing in the same building. So I
don't know how big, like,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how big the moonshine up needs to be. I don't know if it needs to be that big.
I don't think it's that big. It just requires a lot of people, because it's a constant thing you have to cater with as it does it. It's not like a fire and forget like it is weed. You know, like you have to really be there and nose on, like, you know, you can't just kind of like step away from it. That's why it requires a lot of people around the clock to cater to it. I think size-wise, it's not that big though. But Ming also has that warehouse he bought that's not that big, so maybe he'll want to put the moonshine in there. I don't know. Who knows what he wants to do? But I think putting the weed and the moonshine together is a bit funky. So yeah, I don't know. I told Ming too that if you do split it up, you don't even have to buy a warehouse. We can just buy a regular house and fit in 10 plots quite easily, right? And also be cheaper on the cost for the house, the property value.
Or we get one big well, so we divide it into two. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like we need one section for the weed grow up, and then we need one section for the moonshine, and there we need to have. So everyone needs to. So we need keys for and space for all the G6 kittens in there too.
Holy fuck! Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, we should probably look for a big property here.
I mean, if
oh, bro, don't even bring that shit.
The thing is, if Ming wants to use this smaller warehouse he has near the Maze Bank Arena for the moonshine, we can turn that into the new Uwu, with a the cat cafe where they just make moonshine.
Yeah.
And we can just do our weed stuff in regular properties like houses.
Yeah, we need to see, because I talked to Ming about moving the cleaning operation from Grove over there.
Okay.
And then growing in the Grove house.
Okay. I mean, fuck it, why not? I honestly, I feel like, bro, the incompetency that the cops are dealing with, I'm surprised they're not kicking in doors
Yeah, I
already. Like,
mean,
it's
but
crazy.
no, I mean, we are gonna, like, the goal is to swap out every property that we have right now that isn't the warehouse. Like, that's the goal.
Yeah. No,
Because it
that's
doesn't
good.
matter. It doesn't matter that they know who is what and what properties we own. What matters is that they know what's inside the properties. That's the only real problem. So if we
Isn't
just
it-
jumble what's inside the properties, then it's not really a big deal anymore.
I mean, you were a cop, right? Like, am I crazy for thinking that now that they have that sort of like a lead, it is so easy just to watch
No, it's not.
us do like a job or a money run or this or that and just follow the car to the house and just watch the door open?
Easier said than done. I mean, it's definitely like likelier seeing someone run in with something they shouldn't have with how our crew is. But
I mean, give you an example, okay? When I was told about the long shit, I snuffed him out. I found him. And listen, within 20 minutes, I have a photo of Wong doing a handoff with somebody else in uniforms next to a car, and him going to the house. And I have pictures of both of them going in and out of the house in the same outfits with the car parked in the same frame. I was just,
yeah, I
it
mean,
took
I
me
think
20 minutes.
I think the thing is though, like, when cops are fucked and it's like bad morale, it's like difficult to take time doing detective work when there's so much other work to
I
fucking
guess.
do. So I'm not really fussed about it, to be honest. But like, we're working on trading out the properties that we have. Like, that's
good.
basically it. But yeah, I mean, getting PC on me, for example, is gonna be close to impossible. So like,
Yeah.
raiding this house, like, they're gonna need a lot to do that shit.
Yeah, I'm more worried about like
Yeah, I don't know, big dog.
the futures and the hotheads that just running in and out of stuff with the same cars.
This house is definitely
Yeah,
like,
but-
even though it's in your name, I'm not saying you're the like, you are definitely not the reason that this will get raided. It'll be like
No, it will never
one
be.
of one of us idiots running in here with a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, it really comes up to the judge, right? Because like, you could even argue that the door was unlocked and someone was running in and out. Like, unless you see the actual owner running in and out, it shouldn't technically be like active PC, in my opinion. But really depends on the judge, like, who gets the case.
Yeah, I mean, I think their main angle would probably have to be like exigent circumstances, which doesn't require any sort of oversight. They can just enter, right? And then once they enter, they can see what's up and go from there. But I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I think, like
it's a
I
good
said,
idea.
like, we're working on swapping out the houses. I think cleaning operation goes from Grove into Ming's warehouse, and then we use the Grove house for Idiot to start growing.
Okay.
That is a potential we can do. And then if you guys want to get the warehouse on top of that, I mean, it won't hurt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys get a warehouse, I mean, that will fix pretty much the whole operation long term. Like, long term, that would fix it.
Yeah, true. I mean, but then what we could do is we could make the Grove house into the Moonshine house too. Like, I'm just saying, like,
I like
whatever we can do.
Hey, I got a new business that's gonna make millions. Where you at?
I'm at your house having a meeting.
It's
Ooh.
essentially just redirecting
Huh?
traffic of people coming.
Who you having me with?
Julian.
Yeah, that too.
I bet I gotta show you guys something.
Like,
Alright.
instead of buying a new house for 200-300K, like, just swapping it.
Yeah. Also, so I spoke to Ford about this.
So,
Do you know who Mike is?
No.
So Mike's one of the biggest customers for Fanny and Ming's business, and that's the reason is because the heaps amount of dirty money he gets because he's very much involved in the Sandy operation. I think he's like one of the main guys, like KJ's right hand man or whatever. But I had a long talk with him before, because I was trying to kind of get him closer with us before I began my growing thing. And he was very on the fence.
Come to Future's house.
And we decided that he wanted to stick out the company and see how that ended up unfolding for himself. But if it didn't work out, that he would revisit his options. So I've yet to have a talk with him now that the company is disbanded. So I want to see where his head's at, because he might be a very good person to kind of, poach for anything read related.
Okay. Well,
So,
you're saying as a grower, or like, I'm confused.
Yeah, as a
what
grower.
part of the? Okay. Yeah,
I gotta see where he's
good. I think the thing is, like, what we have to watch out for though is like over expanding on the input.
Yeah.
Because we only have so much output, if that makes sense.
So How much does Winston provide? Like, have you seen like what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, it can go around 3,600 a day. He said.
Okay.
But he's also looking to buy a warehouse. I don't know how long that's gonna take him though. So, fuck knows.
Does he have any ties with like groups or things or?
Lives with Tails, who has ties to Saints,
Okay.
which might be a problem down the line, but I will see.
And Saints are big pushers too, right on their block.
Yeah.
I always see them.
Well,
over there. That's
I mean,
fucking hard.
I asked them about the shit because I was concerned about it too, but it seems like I mean, she's with the Saints, he's not, and she's just helping him out with it. So
She helps him out.
yeah, like just helping out
Like,
to grow a
yeah.
little
He
bit.
like
I don't
so
think
he,
it's
like he
like
plants the weed and then she like
Gotcha.
harvests it. You know what I mean?